Oh, me when I accidentally reveal things a bit early. That was not intentional in the slightest. I actually meant to click a different window entirely, but that's not what happened. Anyways, hi everybody, how are we all doing? I'm kind of expecting this to Hi Clover, hi Oomph, oh my gosh, hi! You can't see me, but I'm waving my hands, like, very much. I'm in a very stimmy way, because I'm a little silly like that. Anyways. Hello! I'm right here! um, here's my silly guy. As you can, if you have if you've seen the other stream, you might have noticed that he's gotten a bit of a couple updates. Most notable being that the shading actually works now. I don't know if that was the case in the last stream. Actually, now that I think about it, but I don't recall the shading working all that well. Of course, I'm already stumbling over my words. And yeah, of course, Clover, take your time. Um, and the other notable thing is that my tracking is actually a bit smoother this time. I didn't do anything to change it, actually. I was actually considering doing tracking using my phone instead, but since I'm going to be drawing this stream, I figure, nah, why should I even bother? Like, I don't really want to bother doing that. um, but he's also got this outline, which for some reason wasn't working last stream. I honestly have no idea why, but I fixed it. I fixed it, so he's looking much better now. I'm very pleased about that. I look very cute. And another nice update that you might notice. Let me actually pull up the art window real quick. So obviously we've got the art window. You know that's here and stuff. But guess what? Boom. Oh wait, wrong button. Boom. Now I have my tablet out. I can just do this. Isn't that awesome? I've been testing so many different like plugins for Vignon, which is what I use. Um, I've been testing out a lot of stuff, and there's like a whole plugin for tablet tracking, which is awesome. It's it's really cool to use, and it makes like stuff like these art streams that I want to be doing that much more enjoyable. You know, like it's nice to be able to see the tablet. Although I do want to model my own tablet at some point, I just haven't done it yet. Because well, you know, life stuff. That's everyone's excuse, right? But seriously though, I'm in university, so I'm insanely busy. I'm so insanely busy all the time. But I'm done my finals. I'm free for the winter, so yay! Another cool thing I can do, if I can just pull up Vignon real quick, is boom. I can also do this. Actually, let me put the tablet away, and let me adjust the camera real quick if I can remember the controls. What is rotate again? There we go. See, I can sit down. I can now sit down and look at you guys. Hi. I don't have to be standing awkwardly all the time. So I can, and I can also combine it with the pen tablet, so I can sit down and draw, which is awesome because now it's reflecting how I actually draw, which is always sitting down because I never draw standing up. That is not my thing. I do not do it. I'm also kind of you know, details. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I tilted the camera without even realizing it. Not my intention. Not my intention the slightest. I'm discovering new things. I'm discovering new things as I'm doing this. Wow, isn't that amazing? We have fun here. We have fun here. Let's see. What is rotate the camera again? It is Alt plus left mouse. Oh, it's Alt! Okay. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to rotate the camera so that it's like, it looks more like I'm looking at my tablet. Yeah, exactly. Learning in real time. You learn something new every day. Exactly, Oomph. You get it. You get it. But yeah, I just wanted to rotate the camera a little bit, and now I'm like learning new things. This is so cool. So yeah, now I can just kind of sit like this and doodle, which is not exactly what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be honest. I'm not really going to be doodling, but also am, because that's my style. The main thing that I want to do today is I have a character reference that I will pull up real quick. Well, actually, I have not a reference, but a concept that I made for a character. A lot of you guys have probably seen them already. This is Null. This is what they look like without like the scribbly bits underneath them. But their character concept that I had like a little while ago. I think I've had them in my brain for like a couple years now. I'm gonna be honest. Probably it has been a while, but their whole deal is that they're an immortal who has been cursed to reincarnate every single time that they die. So because of all of these reincarnations, like their body had like their true form basically has been completely corrupted. So this is what like their figure looks like now, but obviously it is completely like disfigured and fucked up and all that. And you know, this is just what it looks like under the glitchy mess. Like they're normally like a lot more glitchy and more scribbly and like all of that, but as much as I'd like this drawing, though, I want to make a proper reference for them. So that's kind of the goal for today's stream, is to make this reference, and maybe also draw some other stuff related to Null, because, you know, I've got this page here that's a background, or... No, it's just a background at the moment. It's just a background, but it's gonna include a bunch of sketches, too, because I want to see if I can do some doodles as well. And you might have noticed, this like body reference. I don't actually use this for all my OCs. I'm just using it for today because I'm lazy. This was an old like body reference I used for my Sona like way back when. Speaking of which, actually, I do have a somewhat new reference for my Sona. I say somewhat because it's not like entirely new. I pretty much just updated him a bit. Really all I did was I just gave him like a better background, something that's much easier to see. I got recommended that I make like a new background for it because the purple was like a bit hard to see. So I did that. Yippee! So yeah, now that I've done that, my reference will be much easier to see, which is awesome. Don't worry, one of these days, and in case you are wondering, I do not have this outfit as a toggle yet. It will happen. I will get this outfit to become one of my toggles. I just haven't done that yet. Mainly because, again, I've been busy. I've been busy, and I also have a lot of other model projects that I need to work on, so I don't particularly want to make a fuss about it right now. But I do have a work in progress if you're curious. So I will just close Clip Studio Paint and open up Blender so you guys can see that. Let's just make sure it's showing up correctly. Whoa, Blender is taking up a lot of space. I didn't exactly want that to happen, so I will adjust the Blender window real quick. I do not want you to take up this much of it. Oh yeah, there's the eye test I was planning to do. So yeah, here's what I've got so far. Like, I've modeled most of his dress and whatever, but I still need to model like this like little accessory up here. I need to model the Ankh that's underneath his brain load. Where would be here? I don't think. I'm getting my symbols mixed up. I'm sorry. I'm a fake. I'm a fake pagan. I'm sorry. No, I need to get this symbol here modeled as well. That's underneath like his ribbon. Also, I just realized I'm pointing out all this stuff with my cursor, but you can't even see it because I hit it. I also need to finish modeling the rest of the stuff on his choker, which I've only modeled the choker itself. I need to like add the little like teardrops on it too. So I'm planning to do that. I gotta change his shoes. Speaking of which, I'm actually probably gonna like remodel his shoes a bit because the shape is just a little bit awkward. Like it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a tad awkward. So I think I'm just gonna change it entirely if I'm gonna be so honest. Which is fine. I don't really care. But that's pretty much all I got to show for model updates. So And I know it looks a bit weird, but that's just without like the shading and stuff that I've got put in. If I put it with the flat shading, it looks more like, you know, the beautiful man that you see right before you. But uh yeah, I kind of have to put it in the studio lighting just to make it easier to see when, you know, I don't have his textures enabled, because like this is much easier to see when I'm modeling and stuff, obviously. Um Let me just re-enable my stuff there. Save that. And I have a couple other, and again, I have other model projects that I'm working on, and actually, I will show another one. Wow, I have so many copies of these files. Um, First of all, we've got Lavrina. That's gonna be a birthday present, or not birthday present. It's a present for a family member of mine. The Valor one, that's an OC of mine. This is a Moth Kelsey. That's just a higher poly version of my model. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Clover is obviously the fucking the Clover reference I've been using everywhere, and these two are just ones that I got from Crash Sune. Those are models that I was just kind of studying a bit. Follow Crash Sune, by the way. They make like a lot of really good stuff. I actually don't remember what their pronouns are, so I'm just gonna use they them for now. I'm sorry. And I also have this Luffy model that I'm working on. This is the wrong file. Those are just clouds. My bad. That's the wrong file. Here's the correct file. So I'm working on this Luffy model. I know it's like, I know the colors are wrong here. This is supposed to be 5th gear Luffy, but I can disable this stuff. Oh no, he's bald! Oh great heavens! But if I do a bit of tweaking here, boom, it's Luffy. Look at that. It's the funny guy. The silliest guy himself. He's here. Isn't that epic? Anyways, you might also notice the shape keys are named wrong. That's because I was using that from another model. Like, I was, like, as you can see, like, his face here, it is very incomplete. So, like, all I've got is, I only have 2 faceplates in there. Well, I technically have more than that, but I only have 2 faceplates that are actually modeled, or actually textured. So, because I'm just reusing the face from another model. Makes it easier, I'm also very proud of how I did his hair, but that's another thing entirely. And I also have other outfits that I'm planning to make for this Luffy, so if I hide the regular outfit, there's this kimono that I was planning on modeling that he wears in Wano, I believe, because I thought the outfit looked nice. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to texture it now, if I'm going to be so real, but you know what, we'll get there when we get there. There's this shirt that he wears in Fishman Island, which I really liked. I thought it was so silly, and I was like, this fits him really nicely. Here's this suit that he wears in a piece of official art. Yes, I know the shoes are still visible. I can just, I can't hide them, though. If I just do... Bam! If I just do that. I also have adjusted the model to have, a little shape key that... it doesn't work yet, but what it's planning to do is that it just hides, like, you know, this part down here, so that, whenever he swaps to this toggle, like, this little chunk of his body is not sticking out, or his feet, there we go. How did I forget the word for it? This whole stream is probably going to be very ADHD rambly. I'm not going to apologize for that, because that's just how I am. I have ADHD, it is what it is. So yeah, there's the suit. Obviously I showed 5th gear already with the incorrect colors. I've also got this cape that I think he also wears in Wano. I don't remember correctly. I haven't actually gotten to Wano yet. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of behind on One Piece right now. My fault. I kind of got burnt out on it just because I was watching it so extensively. Because I was like, oh, I'm so into this, I need to keep watching it, and then I accidentally burnt myself out, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? Let me hide the suit real quick, but something I'm planning to do with this cape, actually, is that even though this is the shape of it, I'm planning to just take this model and just, not flip it, because apparently it's not letting me. There we go, Blender's just being slow. So I'm just gonna have it, like, flipped 90 degrees like that, and just attach like that, and then once once I have it in Unity and stuff, I'm basically going to use the gravity physics to make it fall down for me. Because I realized that is actually a much easier way of making stuff like this work. I actually learned that from my Clover model, which I will also show because I'm now getting obsessed with showing my models. So there's here's the render of it. But yeah, there's this Clover model that I did. It's an adult design for them, which yeah, you can see the art in the background. I actually did that myself. That's a design that I made. So yeah, I made this adult Clover design, and I was like, I want to make a model of them, and then I did. Yippee! Because I can just do that. Apparently, I'm just that good. I'm that goated, chat. But anyway, ADHD ramblings aside, let us go back to Clip Studio Paint, and let's do a bit of drawing because I have been rambling for probably like 15 minutes now, I would assume. I think I started like 15 minutes ago, so, you know, that's just how it is in these parts. I guess I could do a better accent for that. Oh, that's how it is around these parts. So yeah, I don't really have anything for this reference so far. We do in fact love rambling. That is just how it is. It's just how it be on this bitch of an earth. Already, I'm noticing I'm probably gonna have to adjust this this reference. Like, I think I'm gonna raise their head a bit and have their neck be longer. I don't know. Particular design choice I like is when like a freaky character, like creepy, like not like, you know, that type of freaky. I like when a creepy character has like an absurdly long neck. I'm probably not gonna give them an absurdly long neck, but it's just. I love how uncanny it looks. It's a weird fascination I have. I say fascination, but like I'm fascinated by many things. I'm just a very optimistic person. I love being fascinated by the joy and whimsy of this world. So obviously their hands are going to be fucked up. And actually, I kind of took inspiration for another character of mine for how their hands look. I'm going to make this more fucked up later. And to keep going with ramblings, I shall show this character that I am thinking about. So, they're fucked up like claw-like arms. I actually got an idea from one of my Sonic characters, so I'm actually just gonna pull this up here. This character right here, Saturn. So, as you can see, he's got like these like claw-like arms. That are just like made of space dust. I did it just because I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool idea, and of course, you know, his name is Saturn. He's got like the Saturn ring too. Yeah, I have multiple space themed characters. Like, I mean, I've got 3 of them right here, and they're also all in a relationship. They're all gay and dating. Yippee! We love that for them. Do not save because I'm not saving that. Oh, I forgot to change this to red. So yeah, I think I want the whole arm to just be big. Like, I might even make it more lanky looking. Like, have it much longer. Just to kind of make it even more uncanny. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm also going to make this much smaller, so there's that. I think I'm just going to draw their clothes on right now, just because they don't really have much of a body anyways. Like, they've been so distorted that a lot of their body is just kind of deteriorated. So I'm using this is my excuse to be like, yeah, I'm just not gonna bother drawing all of the body before I start slapping on the clothes. I know I'm always coming up with excuses for that. I'm very lazy. Let's see. It was more like longer shorts in the reference. I don't know. I might do like shorter shorts. I don't know. I need to see what's the vibe. I want to see what looks more uncanny, like the basic ass shirt and shorts, or I guess the longer shorts did look good in the old or in the. Why am I saying it's old? It's not that old. I'm old, but actually not. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. in the fucking doodle, where is it? Concepts, yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what I was doing with their legs here. I just kind of wanted them to be, like, hunched over, just to kind of make them look more fucked up. Uh, so I kind of almost want to have them look similar to that concept where it's just like, yeah, I guess their feet could almost be like talons, but in the way that they're kind of like fusing with the floor. Like, you know? Like they're pitch black and fusing with the floor just because they've deteriorated so much. So I guess kind of like talons, but also, like, because they're sharper in that sense, but also not. I don't know. I'm kind of just fuck it, we ball in this. This reference is also going to look uncanny in the sense that Null is going to be just standing there, which is weird for them because, I mean, obviously in the concept they're very hunched over, which just doesn't, like, having them just standing normally, it's weird. It doesn't feel right. Like, how is this person whose body has deteriorated this much, like, standing normally? I don't know, maybe they had their normal pills or something, who knows? Let's see. Let me draw their hair. I had the idea of making their hair very long just because I feel like it gives them a good silhouette. Like, that, honestly, that's kind of entirely the reason I gave them the long hair. Because, like, imagine... I also kind of got the idea from this anime that I saw some clips of on YouTube. It's called This Monster Wants to Eat Me, and basically it's like a slow burn toxic Yuri between like a my bad, between a girl and like this, you know, this monster who claims that she wants to eat her but actually doesn't, but is only saying it because the girl in question is like needs a will to live, and so she's kind of like using the "I want to eat you" thing as sort of a way to keep like have her keep going. It's a very, like, I haven't seen much of it besides from those clips, but it's a very fascinating story, and I just the Shiori, who's like the monster, has in her human form has very very long hair, and I think in her mermaid form does as well. Like in her yokai form, she also has very long hair. But I just thought, like, for a monster in particular, like long hair makes a really good silhouette. I'm actually kind of liking how I'm shaping the hair here. Now that I'm looking at this, it's like, oh, I kind of like this. But I kind of want it to be fluffier at the like near the head too. I kind of like it having shape like this, as it just kind of, it's very spiky and kind of like tapers down the middle. Yeah. Because again, the design just, I want it to scream like, you know, fucked up and, you know, like this person is actively deteriorating. Let me add a couple small details just to, make this a little easier to work with, just to see if I can better get, like, the vibe that I'm going for. So, like, I'll throw in their eyes. Oh, the way I was drawing them there, they almost look like Pikmin eyes. That was kind of funny. Let me turn off the ruler for a second here. Add their fucked up little, like, hair thingy. Oh, you know what I should do, actually? This will be different from the concept, but I'm actually kind of considering having... What if, like, I made their little, like, hair antenna, like, a broken, like, TV antenna? Because Noel's whole thing is that they're, Sorry, my dogs are barking. I don't know if you can hear that. But the thing with Noel is that, the majority of the worlds they get reincarnated in are, like, video game worlds, or, like, anime worlds, or, like, stuff like that, you know? Very much unrealistic sort of stuff. So, I kind of wanted to play with the very digital aspect of their corruption. Very, like, very glitched and stuff like that. So, I guess I could have, like, their little hair part be a very much like a broken antenna. Also, oh my gosh! Hi! Hi, PK! How are you doing? I, oh my gosh, it's nice to see you here. Hi, how are you doing? I'm drawing and yapping. Like, I'm yapping full degree. Like, ADHD yapping is going a little insane today, but I think that's part of my appeal because I'm awesome like that. Yeah, we're just listening to music and drawing a fucked up character of mine. Do I want to add like the little circle part? That's the end of the antenna. I don't really feel like it. I'll see where maybe I could just have like the hair bits be very bent like that. Kind of further resembling the broken TV antenna. Yeah, I guess I'll briefly explain this character again. I don't know if you saw them on Blue Sky PK, but this is Null. They don't have a name. That's just what they go by as. They're an immortal who is cursed to be reincarnated every time they die, and every time, like every reincarnation, it kind of fucks up their body like more and more. So, like, this is supposed to be like their true form, and it has just been so corrupted and glitched because of all of these reincarnations that they've been having to endure. I really don't know what I'm fucking doing with their legs. I'm gonna be so real. They just kind of more look like, they kind of more like, look like fucking, like a duck's, like, webbed feet. It's kind of funny. But I had the idea of, like, I almost want the legs to be kind of fusing with the floor. Thank you, I'm glad. Yeah, I did have, like, this concept here, and actually, yeah, they normally look like this. They're much more scribbled in and whatever, but, like, this is just the figure that they look like underneath. So I'm trying to make, like, a proper reference for them, because obviously they're, like, hunched over here, and it's a little harder to make out all their details. So the main objective is just to get this reference of Null done, but obviously there's going to be a lot of yapping along the way, because I love yapping about stuff. Just stuff in general. Oh, the yappening is occurring, and I believe that's just a given for any stream that I'm going to do. Yeah, of course, go ahead. Enjoy your lurkening. I'm just gonna keep drawing as we go, so... Also, in case anybody's wondering, the music that's playing in the background, I believe it is playing. I do have my music going, right? Oh, thank fuck. That would have been so embarrassing if I was doing all of this and and my fucking music wasn't going, and it's just me yapping. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, it just would have been kind of embarrassing, but I did have my music on. Hooray! Yeah, the music is just from, it's from, Lo-Fi Girl. It's just this, it's this, like, holiday-themed playlist that they made, and I just really like it. I've been listening to it a lot lately, so I might as well use it for a stream. Or 2, or 10, who knows? Who knows how many streams I'll be using Lo-Fi Girl music. I just really like their stuff. It's awesome. Yeah, I feel like Null needs to have, like, a very sharp outline, considering, like, everything I've said about their character so far. I'm kind of liking what I did in the concept sketch, where, like, they're, like, yeah, it is very curved, almost like a bird talon, so... I don't know, it might take some tries before I get this right, but... fuck it. We're just trusting the process at the moment. Fuck it, we ball. I think it's funny that so far the only change I've made to their design is just the fucking, like, little hair antenna just resembling, like, a broken TV antenna. Oh, gosh, I feel like I could fit more other, like, cool references into their design related to, like, corruption and glitches, but I'm drawing up such a blank at the moment, so I feel, especially for their clothing, like their clothing is meant to be very bland, just because of part of their lore is that their first life that they had before they had to deal with this whole like reincarnation bullshit was very average. Like it was very average, but they lived it to their fullest, and honestly, it was probably like the best of their lives because they had to live oblivious of their curse. But and then yeah, as like a result of their curse, they also retain the memories of every reincarnation that they have to endure. So they can't even live like blissfully unaware of their curse. They're always like that. It's always something that they're thinking about. It's always on their mind that they're stuck with this like fucked up curse of having to be forcibly reincarnated every time they die, and that it's causing their body to deteriorate. Another cool thing about them is that like not only do they not only like is it completely random whatever like they reincarnate as, but um hang on, now my brain's gotta load. But the only real like evidence of their existence in a world is really just that character might look like a little bit more fucked up and glitched. Um so that but besides that, Noel doesn't really have much free will. They just kind of play whatever character they're forced to play as. Like they basically have to be an actor the entire time. It's nice to see you too, Zuki. I'm glad you stopped by. Oh gosh, hope that delivery run goes well. That's a oh gosh, I've always been too intimidated to do stuff like that. I'm glad to be here. I've been meaning to do more streaming, but you know, like I said at the beginning, I've been so fucking busy with university that it's just I haven't really had time to make it my schedule. And I mean, this stream, like once again I mentioned, it's just I just kind of decided to do the stream out of nowhere. I just kind of randomly decided like, hey, I should stream, and then I did it. Yay! Now my brain is just trying to like crawl back to like what are some common things that are used in like corruptions and whatever, like creepypasta like corruptions. I guess a red color palette, but also I kind of like the idea of them just being black and white. Maybe I could have like their clothing be red as kind of like a I don't know. I gotta think about this more. Because again, like this drawing is literally just a concept, and we're gonna be like elaborating more on it here. Oh wait, I'm just noticing something in the concept that I don't think I'm really doing here, is that because the legs almost kind of fuse with the floor. Yeah, it starts like the leg starts getting wider, like very like at around the knee level. So just to kind of further emphasize that they are kind of like they're so corrupted that their body is kind of like fusing into things. There we go. I kind of like that. Yeah. Oh, but I did also kind of like the bird talent idea. So I think I'll hang on. Let me erase some of that just to go back to there. So just kind of keep the general shape of the leg, but also kind of have like the talon part, I guess, almost like come out sooner. Yeah, I think that looks better. Um, what else could we do for this design? You know what? I think what I might do is instead of worrying about like concepts and stuff, maybe I'll just focus on like finishing the reference, and then like if I want to add more to their design, I can always just do that later. Because then I'll already have the reference ready, and then all I have to do is just modify it. I'm just gonna make two versions of the hair layer. So this one is the front hair, so that's just the top of their head. This is the back of the hair, so it's just the, you know, all of this, all of that going everywhere. Gosh, I'm almost getting like a bug vibe from them now that I'm like thinking about this further. And actually, maybe that's what I end up doing for their legs, actually. Maybe instead of having them be like really wide, what if they're like super thin like a bug? So kind of like this. Almost like there's like, you know, their leg has gotten, you know, again, further going into the deterioration part where like their legs are super thin because of the deterioration to their, like, the corruption of their body. So I guess I'm just taking the same thing and making it thinner. I don't know. I feel like this doesn't work. It's not the vibe. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make them much lankier, like make their legs much longer. So then I guess the stick legs thing could work a bit better. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I guess we just gotta experiment a bit and see if I can get it to work. I think I kinda got it here. Yeah, I think this is a bit better. I guess I didn't have to make their legs super long. One thing I kinda wanna do though is I kinda wanna make their arms a bit longer. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's do a quick test and just kind of like scribble the... Oh wait, I was gonna do that earlier, wasn't I? So that was the eyes. This layer's the eyes. Yeah, I was gonna do detail layer, and then I went on an ADHD ramble. Yeah, HD ramble. You know, the kind of shit that you see in high definition. The high definition ADHD ramble. We're going next level on this shit. So just kind of draw like the little glitchy squares here. Kind of half-assing this, but again, this is just a sketch. It is what it is. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's just, you know, it's gotta convey the idea. That's a kind of a general lesson that I've learned from doing all my design work, is that, especially at the beginning, shit does not need to be perfect. And I mean, that applies for all forms of art, but like, you know, if you're trying to make it perfect right away, there's something wrong with you, and that includes me. There's something wrong with me, but at least whatever's wrong with me makes me really fucking funny. So it's not the end of the world. It's like, so, there is that, but obviously this is also why like a lot of my sketches, or a lot of my my concepts start out like super sketchy. Like that, sometimes my sketches are barely comprehensible, and sometimes they end up just being cleaner sketches because a lot of the time, at least for me with references, again, they don't have to be perfect. I just want them to convey the idea that I'm trying to convey. So we've got that there. So now I'm just gonna start filling in this with like scribbles. Actually, maybe I want to make the pen size a bit smaller for that, just to really get the, I don't know, get the scribbly look looking a little better. I kind of got the scribble idea from like Amori's art style, but also like I also kind of got the idea from like how brain, please load. I also kind of got the idea from how like sometimes in a horror movie or whatever, like somebody will try and like um draw like the monster, but they can't because it's so incomprehensible. So their drawing ends up being like really scribbly and incomprehensible as a result. Like, you know, shit like that, you know? I'm just kind of wondering, how do I want to. Okay, something I'm a little concerned about their design, though, is that I don't want it to be too unclear. Like, obviously, I want their design to be pretty incomprehensible because of the corruption, but I don't want it to be too incomprehensible. Like, I want people to be able to tell what their design is underneath without, like, you know, me having to disable the scribbly layers. So that's why I was kind of thinking of maybe, like, throwing some red into the design. And I did have an idea for that. I was thinking of maybe making, like, some parts of their body red. Like, particularly maybe, like, the arms. Or, like, maybe, like, the arms and legs could be red. It'd have to be kind of like a dark saturated red, I think. Let's experiment a little. I want the hair to be purely black, though. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, here's another idea, actually. I'm just going all out with these random ass ideas, I guess. I'm kind of not feeling this red in particular. I think it's a bit too orange. Yeah, I'm not. This red, I think I'm fucking with a little bit more. Nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all. Um, I'm thinking maybe what if there's like a mixture of like red and black? So then if there's like a mixture of both, you know, it still has the very like black and white monochrome look that I'm looking for, but then like the red kind of makes it easier to tell um what they look like underneath like that fucking corrupted mess. Just a little bit easier though. I feel like if this is animate, like if Null was animated, I feel like, especially with a 3D model, I could have a lot of fun with like texture swapping and whatever. I kind of want like the back of their hair to be very, very dense. Like have the scribbles be very, very dense. Actually, no. No. I think it'd be better if like the the rest of their body is much denser than their hair. Maybe. I'm not sure. We do a little bit of experimenting here. there's part of me that is fucking with the red, but also a part of me that isn't, and thinking like, oh, maybe I should just make like the black of it more dense here, and then like less dense on the hair. This is hard. This is hard. I'm not sure. Although now that I'm looking at it through the navigator menu here, I kind of like how they look further away like this. Because it is actually a bit easier to tell thanks to that red, but because their body is very dense and their hair isn't, it does give them like a distinct silhouette. Maybe I am fucking with it. Maybe I am. Who knows? Who fucking knows? Oh, I just opened Discord by accident. My fault. Let me close that real quick. Just so it doesn't lag my stuff. There we go. I'm gonna take a moment and pause, and let me just say, it is really nice to stream. Like, I was honestly kind of nervous to stream, particularly because I am trans, and part of me was thinking, like, oh man, are people actually gonna fuck with the fact that I am a trans man who is not taking testosterone and like, you know, are people gonna be like fuck with that? And like with like a trans guy who presents very femininely, you know, has like a very pretty looking avatar and all that. So, you know, I just, not to get too real obviously, but like I guess I just was overthinking it in the end, because to be honest, streaming is fun. It is really fun. I like just being able to go live and just ramble. It's so good. It feels so good to do. It feels so good just being able to do stuff like this, and especially now that I'm not so busy, and you know, I'm like off for winter break, I might be able to do this more often, and you know, I think it'd be nice to be able to do this more often because it's just fun, and I think I know this is silly, but I actually might not stream for much longer, um, because we did kind of get our objective done. Let's be honest. Like this reference is looking pretty good. I'd say it is mostly finished at this point. I might do a bit of tweaking off stream, but I think I am gonna end off here just because I think I got out of streaming what I wanted to do today, and that was just, you know, go off, ramble, show off my cool stream assets, draw for a little bit, and I accomplished all of that. I don't think there's really any more reason for me to keep streaming, so, for today. Maybe I will do a bit more streaming, like, during my break, and I would love to. I would love to keep more, like, do more streaming, because I love doing this. I love showing off stuff that I do for you guys. I think it's awesome, it's really fun. But I will put all that rambling aside and say, thank you very much for stopping by. I know this is a very, very random stream. Like, obviously, I just picked a random fucking day, and I was just like, I feel like streaming today, and I just kind of did it. But, you know, seeing people actually stop by, that makes me very happy. I'm very happy to see that people are willing to drop by. Yeah, I know. It's baffling to me that I've actually been going on for almost an hour. Like, I didn't think that I would actually be able to stream for this long. I thought I would just, yeah, I thought I'd just be randomly stopping after like 10 minutes. But I've actually been going for almost an hour, and that's impressive to me. I didn't think that was possible. I'm I'm really I'm very new to this sort of thing, so I think it's better for me if I just do these shorter streams where I just yap for a while and then just yeah, just do that. But it was really fun today, and again, I'm very happy for everybody that stopped by. I really do appreciate it. I want to be doing this more often because again, it is just super fun. But I will put all that rambling away for now. because I think I need to stop here. Especially also because I think I need to get some water. I rambled for so long. I think next time I'm definitely gonna bring like a water bottle with me. It's just that my water bottle was getting washed at the moment, so I couldn't really bring it with me this time. That's my fault. I'll make sure not to do that again. Um, but yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear it, Clover. I'm very happy to hear that. But for now though, you all take care. Thank you very much for dropping by, and you all have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.